I can't even begin to tell you how hard these last 6 years have been. I also couldn't tell you the hardest part. I could tell you there was a lot of crappy moments. However, I could also tell you some amazing stories and times I had. I started trying to list it all out, and honestly, I drew a blank. I guess it is true when it says that you forget the negatives in life. There was the COVID ICU, being a patient during COVID, locked in syndrome, being intubated, a hemorrhagic stroke, and the recovery from a major brain injury, the microbacteria that led to sepsis, and recently my pleural space no longer deciding to absorb the spinal fluid we give it. I did add it all up though, and since 2020, I've had 26 surgeries, 25 hospitalizations, the longest 3 lasting over a month in the ICU, and 20 different ER visits that I could see recorded. However, I built a community center in Constitution. I went to Thailand with my twin. I watched my twin get married to the love of her life. I met the love of my life. I went to Mexico for Hands to Hearts numerous times, sometimes healthier than others. I went to NP school and got my master's, and I got to witness the love of true friendship. However, entering this recovery period has been one of the hardest parts, especially since I have a sprinter type mentality. This is the time when I moved out of the cute phase and the world has continued on with their lives, where you get the Facebook well wishes, but the rest of life is really quiet, despite your negative thoughts being really loud. In COVID, I told my therapist, Jeff, that my greatest fear was when the whole world would move on, but I hadn't. However, today marks Act 2, the spot where I decide to enter the recovery phase. I watched a YouTube series on the world's race where they do 7 marathons over 7 days on 7 continents. That confirmed the NLP philosophy that motivation is temporary. It is the emotional spark that begins a task, while consistency is the disciplined daily action that builds habits. Drive is the deep-seated long-term purpose that sustains effort when motivation fades. Essentially, motivation starts the journey, drive maintains the direction, and consistency ensures you reach the destination. No, I have no desire to even run one marathon, but I'm ready for my comeback song. Want to come along?